One of the things we want to touch on in this video is the fact that employees cannot race. Now, there's a few restrictions on what could be a former employee, and we're not going to go into those, but we had an issue here a short time ago with the Best of the Best race. I want to reiterate, you know, the Best of the Best, that's probably the biggest main competition that we have going on right now. It's a monthly and yearly deal. To refresh everybody's memory, the Best of the Best, you qualify through the first day of the month through the last day of the month. Part of that experience of doing the Best of the Best is qualifying. Just like if you're to go to a dirt track race, you have your A features, and part of that event to qualify for the A features to come through a heat race or a consolation race such as a C feature or a B feature. It's part of qualifying. It's part of the event. It's part of the experience. For the last 6 years, Joe's Karting employees have not been allowed to be any part of an event, simply because if we place or win or do really good, you know, we're going to have the naysayers going, well, they ought to do this, they ought to do that, they work here, they know the track, yada, yada, yada. And also basically because it's a conflict of interest. You won't go to a lot of racetracks and see the owners racing the track that they're running because it's a conflict of interest. Same thing here. When you see somebody here get into a contest, we will let them do that, but they got to be out for at least 30 days, some other minor things. And we had some confusion on the last Best of the Best where, you know, hey, we want to let this guy race. I had to make a call. It was an unfavorable call, but it was the fair thing to do. We had 20 people. I had all my qualifiers listed on Facebook. I had the 20 people listed there. Had I let this former employee of mine race the Best of the Best, we would have had one of the actual true qualifiers. He wouldn't have qualified to run the championship race at the end of the year because this guy probably would have beat him in all rights. So I had to make that call. It was in the best interest of, you know, you, my customers, and my patrons. Even though you guys want to see as many go-karts as possible in the Best of the Best, I'm not going to compromise the fairness and the integrity of what we're doing here at Joe's by letting a former employee get into the contest. They're going to have to wait out and to qualify. Now in the month of November, all races that this former employee did in the month of November, they do qualify for the race that's going to be held in December. By that time, he'll been out for about 5 weeks. He can run the December qualifying race if he qualified through November. So that's my ruling. Tell you what, come in, qualify, get in the Best of the Best. It's the coolest thing you can do at Joe's. We'll see you here.